Hello everybody, hope you're all doing well. In this video I'm talking about a Mercedes penalty update, as well as what's going on with the FIA, Red Bull and Ferrari. So let's start with Mercedes. Now at the British Grand Prix, Kimi Antonelli was on course to win the race. However, towards the end of the Grand Prix, he suffered a failure that made his car very difficult to control in the corners. And if you want to find out more about that, I'll leave a link to a video I did in the description. Now, as Antonelli fought to keep his car on track, he ended up breaching track limits too many times, and as a result, he was issued a 5-second time penalty. And this penalty meant he scored no points in the race. I mean, he was holding on to 9th place after falling down the order after slowing significantly. But all hopes of holding on to those points were dashed when the field bunched up behind a safety car at the end of the Grand Prix, and with that penalty, it demoted Antonelli out of the points. A Mercedes team principal, Toto Wolff, said his team was looking at the possibility of protesting Antonelli's penalty at the British Grand Prix, with him saying, as quoted by Racing News 365, "I don't know the latest, but we're definitely looking at the situation and whether we can avoid the penalty for track limits. He couldn't turn the car." However, it's now been confirmed that Mercedes will not protest the penalty, and as a result, the race result at Silverstone stands, with the race saying, following Wolff's comments, that was part of Mercedes' regular post-race checks and it found nothing untoward with the penalty, so it won't challenge it. Now make sure to subscribe so you don't miss my Formula 1 content and are kept up to date with F1 news. I've just reached 54,000 subscribers and your support and lovely comments are incredible and it means so much to me. Thank you so much for it. Now, it's no surprise to me that Mercedes have decided not to challenge the penalty with the stewards. I mean, at the end of the day, rules are rules. Yes, Antonelli was not in complete control of his car, but if you go off track too many times, you're going to get a penalty. It happened with Charles Leclerc in Miami this year, it happened with Lewis Hamilton in Singapore last year, so it's no surprise to me, as I say, that Mercedes have decided to not challenge the penalty. But let's move on to Ferrari and Red Bull, and as we know, they're the two teams that have introduced rotating rear wings in 2026, also known as a Macarena wing. Now, while Ferrari has so far encountered no technical issues with its wing, Red Bull has suffered two failures on Max Verstappen's car, and Red Bull's rear wing is more aggressive in the size of the active aerodynamic opening it creates, and therefore in the amount of drag reduction it can achieve on the straights. Now, the two failures Verstappen suffered were in Austria and Silverstone, and Red Bull have clarified that it was two different problems that caused the incidents. But it seems the crashes have caught the interest of the FIA over rotating rear wings, and according to motorsport.com, the FIA has contacted both Ferrari and Red Bull regarding their rotating rear wings, which have become known as the Macarena wing since their introduction in Miami. For the FIA, both crashes are sufficient reason to seek further clarification from Ferrari and Red Bull. At this stage, the request is primarily aimed at obtaining additional information to ensure that both teams are fully compliant with all safety requirements while the system is in operation. Those requirements include, among other things, the maximum transition time of 400 milliseconds within which the rear wing must close. Logically, however, that time limit does not automatically mean that the airflow is fully reattached. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what the outcome of this is, but that's going to be the video from me. Thank you ever so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe for more videos, and until the next one, take care. Bye.